Did you know that in Japan, you can still step into a time machine? Well, sort of. Today, we're going to take you on a journey into the last surviving sanctuaries of retro arcade gaming, a world filled with neon lights, the sound of clicking joysticks, and pixel-perfect memories. I mean, that's how one visitor described walking into a game center in Osaka. And honestly, it's the perfect description. These places aren't just businesses. They're literally portals to another era. The air is just thick with that electronic chorus of the 80s and 90s. It's a living, breathing piece of gaming history. And that's exactly what they are, sanctuaries. So for this explainer, think of me as your guide. We're going to tour these incredibly rare and special places, and we'll dig into why they've managed to survive and what makes each one a totally unique stop for anyone who loves video games. So what makes these places so much more than just rooms full of games? Well, it's because they're basically living museums. They're preserving not just the tech, but the entire culture that grew up around it. This is a physical, social thing that you just can't get playing at home. It's a snapshot of a time when gaming was a public event. Just think about it for a second. That special glow from a CRT screen? I mean, you almost never see that anymore. Or that distinct, super satisfying click-clack of a well-maintained joystick. You've got rows of cabinets lined up in these dim, neon-lit rooms. Playing a game here isn't just entertainment. It's a whole experience. Okay, so before you plan your trip, it really helps to know how these places work. Most of them use one of two systems. You've got your classic pay-per-play, where you pop in coins for every single game. Or you've got the more modern flat-rate system, where you pay for a block of time and then just play as much as you want. Knowing the difference is super important for planning. All right, let's dive in. Our first stop, Tokyo. This is where you'll find some of the most famous game centers on the entire planet, and it's the perfect place to kick off any retro gaming adventure. And what's really cool is how much variety you can find even in just one city. On one hand, you've got a place like Game Center Mikado. It has that classic, buzzing Tokyo nightlife vibe, and it's just packed with about 100 machines from the 90s. But then on the other hand, there's Retro G in Akihabara, which feels more like a secret chamber. It's dimly lit, super focused, and just the perfect spot to escape for some serious nostalgia. And of course, you can't possibly talk about Tokyo without mentioning Taito-hei. You'll know it when you see it. It's this huge, iconic red building. It's such a great mix of the new and the old, blending that high-energy, modern Japanese arcade feel with a whole section dedicated to those vintage classics we all love. Okay, next we're hopping over to Osaka. Now, the retro scene here has a completely different flavor. It feels more intimate, more hidden away. It's got this awesome otaku retro character, places that are run by and for the super dedicated fans. It really rewards you for exploring. And this contrast right here is a perfect example of what makes Osaka so charming. You've got the Royal Game Center, which is literally hidden inside an office building. It feels like a true time capsule. And then there's Zarigani, tucked away in a narrow little alley. It's mysterious, glowing with that CRT light, and feels like you've stumbled into a secret club for gamers. So while you're in Osaka, you might see this number pop up, 600 yen. That's about $4. What could that possibly get you? Well, at a legendary arcade called Keiō Hatsu, it unlocks an absolutely incredible deal. That's right, for just 600 yen, you get 1 whole hour of unlimited access to over 200 classic fighting games. This is that flat rate system in action, and man, is it a game changer. It's perfect if you want to try out a ton of different games without burning through all your cash. It's a fighting game paradise, for sure. But for some people, a quick stop just isn't going to cut it. There are certain arcades that are so special, they become the entire reason for the trip. These are the pilgrimage sites for the most dedicated fans out there. Yeah, this is for the true enthusiasts. We're talking about places that might take a little extra effort to get to, maybe a short trip outside the big cities. But the reward you get from making that journey is absolutely worth it. A perfect example of this is the Video Game Museum Robot in Saitama. Ah, man, this place is incredible. It's this hybrid museum/arcade setup inside a converted warehouse. It's got these massive, super rare machines you just won't find anywhere else. I'm talking the full cockpit versions of Afterburner and Galaxy Force. It is a truly authentic, hardcore retro experience. So, you feeling inspired? Ready to go? Let's shift gears from just touring these amazing places to actually planning your own visit. This is your practical guide to making an arcade adventure happen. All right, if you're going to plan your own adventure, the most important thing to remember is just to be prepared. A little bit of planning goes such a long way, especially since a lot of these arcades are small independent businesses. So here are 5 essential things you've got to do. First, always, and I mean always, check the hours online before you head out. Second, plan your route by region so you can be efficient. Third, know the fee system before you walk in, pay per play or flat rate. Fourth, check their social media to make sure that one specific machine you want to play is actually working that day. And finally, just respect the local rules. Be a good guest. And really, that's the heart of all this. These arcades aren't big corporate chains. They are fragile treasures. They only exist because of the passion of their owners and the dedication of the fans that support them. So every visit you make is kind of like an act of cultural preservation. So as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with this question to chew on. When we work to keep a place like this alive, what are we really preserving? It's more than just the games, isn't it? It's the memories, the community, a unique moment in time. What do you think?